Is XRP the global reserve currency? Less than 1% of the population is yet to be aware of XRP, and it is going to become inevitable and through default the global reserve currency. That's pretty interesting topic there.
But if you are able to get on a computer and get on a phone and get into XRP, that's something less than 1% of the population is yet to be aware of. But if you're in XRP, you probably already know where this is going, and it is going to become inevitably and through default the global reserve currency.
Now that I'm watching it on the desktop, I didn't realize that I had music playing in there. But this is actually, today's going to be a completely different show than we ever done before. This is the Reaper CEO, RPR, and he talks about XRP being the global reserve currency. And actually, he comes with a lot of facts to back that up. It's Patrick Riley. Let's take a quick inventory of what I've said here for the haters and the FUD. So he backs that up. 1% of 1% global population is 8 billion. And if 1 of 1 comes to 800,000, there is 5 million XRP wallet addresses where many he really breaks it down. He breaks it down. And we know Patrick Riley is a super intelligent dude, for sure. And also today's show, I just went through and pulled up the most trending, most popular clips you can find in cryptocurrency. Like all straight videos. All straight videos.
Which admittedly was in and of itself an emotional roller coaster. You know, the highest high, which admittedly was in and of itself an emotional roller coaster, and I have a tattoo referencing it on my left shoulder. July 13th, 2023, the court decision was issued by Judge Torres in the United States versus Ripple and I guess to some degree Brad Garlinghouse. I mean, there are 3 cases really, one against me, one against Chris, and one against Ripple. You know, the highest high.
The Brad Garlinghouse should say you got an XRP tattoo.
Based custody solution who are serving, you know, tier 1. You know, Ripple acquired a company called 𝕝𝕝𝕝, Swiss-based custody solution who are serving, you know, tier 1 banks globally. And the reason why is that a lot of these banks and large FIs are looking at how they can tokenize real-world assets, but essentially don't have the tech behind it in order, or don't have the capability to build or want to build to be able to actually have a custody solution that enables that safety for their customers. So HSBC is one example. Largest bullion provider globally. They are now digitizing gold.
Come on, this is Ripple's Reese Merrick. Ripple HSBC is digitizing gold. We know Chris Larson is on the high-level advisory board at HSBC, so that will be the largest financial institution on the planet that's now digitizing gold. So we will be reviewing the most top trending clips of today's crypto news. Brad Garlinghouse says XRP. No, Brad Garlinghouse, Big BG, says the crypto market will be worth $5 trillion by the end of the year. And he actually says that's very significant for whatever your favorite cryptocurrency is.
And it's just to a subset of their customer base at the moment. But if a player like HSBC is coming into the market, tokenizing gold, as well as real estate and other kind of assets, then, you know, on the front of it, one side they're saying, oh, you know, crypto, you know, this, that, and the other. And it's clear that behind the scenes, as I mentioned earlier, they're looking at strategies, looking at the market opportunity, and actually believe that it's not just hype.
It's not just hype. Welcome to the evolution of money. You heard the clip right there. It's not just hype.
The market will be over $5 trillion by the end of this year.
Thank you, Brad. Can you please tell him one more time, sir?
Publicly, I think that the market will be over $5 trillion by the end of this year, which is a double from where we are now. How that applies to Bitcoin versus XRP. I mean, like, people forget, before the SEC got involved and said that ETH is not a security, XRP was the second most valuable digital asset.
Wow, that wasn't that long ago. That wasn't long ago. What, 3-4 years?
It was 2018 when
okay,
Hinman gave his speech. So 6 years, a little less than 6 years ago. Yeah, 5 years and change. Publicly, I think that the market will be over $5 trillion by the end of this year.
There's Brad Growinghouse saying the crypto market will be worth over $5 trillion this year. Good God. I want to give a shout out to my brother from Canada, Andy Philpott. Bullish Andy is in the building with the start of the stream with the super chat. Can you hear me okay, Andy? Good morning, sir. Happy Saturday. Guys, you don't want to miss today's show. We got a lot of hard-hitting facts today. Hard-hitting facts. Guys, you don't want to miss today's show. You don't want to miss today's show, guys. All hard-hitting facts. A lot of research went in today's show. A lot of research. And the best way to start today is with the Bullish family. Shout out to Andy, Bullish Andy P, Andy Philpott from Canada with the super chat. I appreciate that. And also, guys, I got like maybe 10 amazing 1-minute videos. But this did jump out at me, and I do want to talk about this for a moment. Was Sam Bankman-Fried proven right about FTX's solvency? Now, this is really strange because I'm not backing what SBF did, but at the same time, he spoke of how his lawyers were Sullivan and Sonwell. Sullivan and Sonwell? What's this? His lawyers that actually pushed him to go into solvency and bankruptcy are also the ones that took over the bankruptcy proceedings. He said he went to the offices in Manhattan and asked them, was he doing the right thing multiple times? And they was like, yeah, you're doing the right thing. But then here, bankrupt crypto exchange FTX has recovered billions of dollars more than it needs to make the victim of Sam Bankman-Fried's case whole. According to the latest bankruptcy plan announced on Thursday, customers will receive $1.18 for every dollar. So every customer is going to receive $1.18. Matt Levine, Bloomberg, opened on recent edition. Was FTX illiquid but solvent? This is, in a way, a very simple and direct way of stating what SBF, who recently was sentenced to 25 years, was saying the whole time. Come on, guys. We live in a wild world today, that's for sure. So we got a bunch of clips. We're going to analyze the... we got a bunch of clips. We're going to analyze the SBF case at the end. But I got a bunch of amazing videos that we're pretty much going to... I want to do something different for Saturday's show. Whoa. I want to switch it up a little bit for Saturday's show. And show you guys some amazing clips that I put together. So you can actually hear from the horse's mouth today. Like Brad Growinghouse says, the crypto market will be worth $5 trillion at the end of this year. Patrick Riley, Reaper CEO, says that XRP will be the global reserve currency.
You get on a computer and get on.
Because I've said all these things over the years. Well, oh, XRP is the global reserve currency. All working with the IMF, World Bank, you know, HSBC, the biggest partnerships in the world. But it's amazing when you hear it from, you know, Patrick Riley, Brad Garlinghouse. You hear it from people that are in the financial industry versus just CKJ telling you that. So I got some amazing clips, guys. And that's why I played a couple of them in the beginning to kind of show you guys that I'm serious about that. Bullish Andy Philpott with the $20 super chat. Canadian love for my Canadian brother. Much love. Good morning, Andy. Happy Saturday to you, sir. And Andy also gifted 5 CKJ Crypto News memberships. And D. Matter of fact, this is for Andy. And this is for Canada. This is how they do it in Canada. This girl's from Canada. Canadians do it better. Shout out to Canada. And that's Canadian dog right there. And that's OG Backroad. Have no fear. Pickle the lover dog is here. Tell him, Pickle. So shout out to Andy. Andy's bullish. Come on, guys. You know that's the cutest thing you ever did see. The dog is dancing. Come on, guys. Look at the dog. The dog is so happy. The dog is... Look at the dog. Don't stare at the woman. Look at the dog. Now look at that dog. Okay, Andy Philpott also gifted 5 CKJ memberships. Andy, you've been on fire this year, bro. Much love to you, dude. You're helping more than you know. Susanna. Oh, Susanna was gifted a membership from Andy Philpott. Omar Lopez. Oh yeah, guys, I got something from. You guys don't want to miss today's show. Omar Lopez was gifted a membership. DG Trader 704 was gifted a membership. I like something playing in the background. RMAC. I think RMAC is an OG. I believe, maybe RMAC. And Marcus Landon was gifted a membership. The Bullish family is the new gold standard. Tell him XRP, rude boy. Bam, Andy. Much love, Andy. Thank you big time for the support. Crypto Work Pro E, Rockin', Brandon Patch. There he is. Bullish Andy. Bullish Andy. I gotta do it, man. You've been on fire, dude. I hate to jump the line over so many good people, but you've been showing such major love, dude. Welcome to the mod family. You don't gotta worry about blocking nobody or doing nothing crazy. Just, you know, I just want to make sure I can spot you very easily, bro. Carmichael. What's up? Andy Philpott. I just had under 10K the night before my account got shut down. They offered me 265 for settlement. Are you talking with FTX, Andy? Is that FTX settlement? I just had under 10K the night before my account got shut down. They offered me 265 for settlement. Are you talking about FTX, or are you talking about the Japanese exchange that's going to pay people back? Mt. Gox, FTX, Crypto Mark made it the best bullish family. Andy Philpott, tell us more, sir. And guys, I'll play this clip one more time. And today we got a most amazing show. And I took a bunch of notes, guys. You don't understand how big cryptocurrency. Let me speak slower, because I don't watch the last live stream. I was like overexcited. You do not understand how big this new asset class is. Oh yes, FTX. So is this news not true? Must not be true. Maybe that's the settlement they offered to people. Because Andy says he had over 10K on FTX, and the next day I had under 10K the night before my account got shut down. They offered me 265 for settlement. That's kind of interesting, because now they're saying they got more than enough money to pay everybody that was affected by the collapse. And was SBF proven right? And I'm telling you guys, it's not that, you know, I'm not saying, oh, SBF was right, but I am saying there is some questionable things around the bankruptcy, the person that was appointed to lead the bankruptcy hearing. And his bankruptcy crypto exchange, FTX, to recover billions of dollars more than it needs. How do you recover more than you need? That's weird. To make the victim of SBF case whole, customers will receive $1.18 for every dollar. Like, you're going to receive 20 cents extra, they're saying. Maybe this is something new, Andy. Worth of crypto they held on the exchange at the time of the collapse in November 2022. This is rare in the world of bankruptcies, where creditors typically receive pennies on the dollar. Well, that's what Andy was talking about. They offered them pennies on the dollar, but has raised a picnic question for some. Was SBF right all along? For instance, Bloomberg's Matt Levine opened up on a recent edition of Money Stuff newsletter, getting straight to the point. FTX illiquid but solvent. So illiquid, they're saying they found SBF came through with so much money from some of his side investments that they basically pulled back in. I'll show you. That is the way, very simple and direct way of stating what SBF, who recently sentenced to 25 years, to make it brief, in the days leading up to FTX bankruptcy on November 11th, SBF was frantically trying to shore up against gigantic hole in his company's balance sheet by raising funds basically from anyone he could. This reportedly included everyone from Silicon Valley, Saudi money, CZ. He was trying to raise the money because SBF and his inner circle had become painfully aware of the shortfall in capital needed to meet customers' withdrawals. Balance reportedly shown to be prospective showed the exchange only had $900 million in liquid assets. FTX is fine, assets are fine, Bankman famously tweeted. And if you go down here in the end, I'm going to come back to this article. Okay, here it is right here. John Ray. John Ray is the lawyer that got appointed to lead the bankruptcy hearings. but he also was the top lawyer at Cullivan and Somwell also. So, and I'm telling you guys, we did a lot of research on that law firm back in the day, which I'm not going to go too deep into them. Just because someone believes something doesn't make it true. The post, I'm actually going to come back to this article because I was actually going to focus on the clips today instead. I'm going to come back to that article. And we're going to focus more on the clips today.
But if you are able to get on a computer and get on a phone and get into XRP, that's something less than 1%.
They said they sold that Camry because he had a Toyota parked in the Bahamas, right? Shout out to Gmail Brown. Thank you, Gmail Brown, for the gifted membership at the end of the last stream. And shout out to CC for Life. We dropped the super chat within the comments. I'm like, whoa, that's amazing. Let's send a tweet out real quick. And guys, I got a bunch of good clips today that we're going to cover. And actually, I jumped deep down the rabbit hole on XPM also, which is XP market token. And it's due to come out May 18th. And will it be a big deal? And I'll show you guys what I believe it may be. XPM token.
Publicly, I think that the market will be over 5 trillion by the end of this year.
Who's going to doubt what Brad Garlinghouse says? E-Rockin' 40. Andy P. Brad Garlinghouse says 5 trillion this year.
Which is a double from where we are now.
Double.
How that applies to Bitcoin versus XRP. I mean, like, people forget, before the SEC got involved and said that ETH is not a security, XRP was the second most valuable digital asset.
Wow, that wasn't
that long ago.
That wasn't long ago. What, 3-4 years?
It was 2018 when Hinman gave
ago.
his speech. So 6 years, a little less than 6 years ago. Yeah, five years and change. Publicly, I think that the market will be over 5 trillion by the end of this year, which is a double from where we are now. How that applies to Bitcoin.
And I'll give you guys one more quick example.
FTX and Binance were the two most important, most influential, and probably SBF and CZ were the two most important players in crypto. Now you've got one definitively in jail, one, I guess, potentially headed to jail. And, you know, I bring this up in context of black swans is like, it's hard to know. But on the positive, think about the freaking resilience of this industry and market that 2 years ago, somebody who I thought I knew a lot about what's going on in crypto, I would have said these are the two most important companies. The CEOs of the two most important companies now either are in jail or I think headed there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in some ways, I mean, the CZ stuff I'm less close to, and so I don't know as many details. But look, the resilience of the market, that should give us immense optimism.
Yes.
About what's coming. Do I think there's going to be another black swan? Of course, 100%.
I'm going to try so hard not to interrupt between clips because a couple people said something in the comments. So when I play these clips, I'm going to try my hardest not to interrupt the clips. But Brad Garlinghouse says, is there a black swan event coming again? A black swan event is like when you're being, there's another term. Like something happens so significant in crypto that makes the prices crash. Like the FTX, that basically brought Solana down from 260 back to $8. And these significant black swan are events that you're blindsided by in crypto. And he says crypto is so resilient that the market still keeps going. So will something else happen significant in crypto to bring the prices tumbling down to all new entry points? I like to say all new entry points. Because you see I reissued the Solana challenge. You see we're back to 150 per Solana, even though we went from 260 per soul to $8 per soul. But it's inevitable. Brad Garlinghouse says it. And it's only going to create more opportunity. Because this market is resilient. Tell him, BJ.
I just don't know exactly what it is. The only one that's going to be an interesting one to watch, and I don't even know how he calls a black swan, because I feel like black swan by definition can't really be, it's like predicted. Oh, didn't see that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, black swan has been you didn't see it happening. And that's kind of what happened with FTX. I think nobody really saw that happening.
The U.S. government is going after Tether. That is clear to me. I view Tether as a very important part of the ecosystem. And I don't know how to predict
the impact that will have on
FTX and Binance.
That was very significant information there, Brad Garlinghouse. Like basically, and I said the same thing, guys. The day USDC launched, there was going to be trouble for other cryptos. Like, for example, because USDC, do they play fair? That is the question. Oh, there goes Andy P's car. Live footage of bullish Andy's car in Canada. Oh, come on, not the music. Andy's live footage of Andy's car. Good God, he comes with his own internet satellite. Look at bullish Andy Philpott's car. He got his own internet. He provides internet to the whole neighborhood when he comes in town. That's how generous Andy is. He brings internet for the whole town. Alright. We send a tweet out. Okay. Big BG says 5 trillion end of the year. You guys get the point on that. Happy Saturday, crypto pioneers. Will XRP be the global reserve currency? I'm glad, hey, Patrick Riley said it. So we're just going to show the clip of it. And he actually backs it up. I'm going to keep this tweet short and sweet today. I mean, even though it's not a popular topic, I'm still going to put this title in there. Because we're going to cover this at the end. Even though it's not a popular topic. Because, guys, I remember, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. We can talk about this at the end. Because, basically, I remember when I bought a bunch of FTT. Which is, remember, FTT. Which is actually the SBF token for FTX was called FTT. And we actually bought a ton of FTT at cheap. And I remember the day all the news was going down. Like, oh, it was like, should we hold or sell? I can't remember what we sold it for. What was it, like 20 bucks each? But then it dropped to $1 like the next day. And I was like, should we buy or sell? And we was asking everybody in the stream, should we buy, hold, or sell? Or should we hold or sell our FTT token? And everybody was like, sell. So I sold that night at $20 per token. And the next day it dropped to $1. I was like, oh my God, that was like such perfect timing. So guys, listen, don't be the guy holding the empty bag. Subscribe to the #1 crypto show. And guess what, guys? goneblind's birthday barbecue is moving forward. And my Keith Sweat voice, nobody. Way to go, goneblind. Goneblind's cooking it up. So we got the tweet out. Are we ready? Thank you, Operation Shutdown, for helping me out. Yeah, we sold at $22, right? Didn't I say $20? We sold at $22, guys, and the next day, and I'm talking about I had a nice amount of FTT token. And I sold at 22 that night, and the next day it like crashed to $1, I believe. We can go to the price charts if you like. Let me just scan one more thing. Thank you, Andy. Happy Saturday, Bullish family. Oh, as far as what? D is what? The global reserve currency? You know, today I'm only repeating what we are hearing or watching. So I was thinking, well, today's clips, instead of me just saying it myself, JR from Texas, I'm going to have other people say it. Let's start the show.
But if you are able to get on a computer and get on a phone.
Oh, let me read you guys this first. I got to. Do you know in cryptocurrency in the last 5 years, there's been 100,000 millionaires created? 100,000 millionaires. I watched the most amazing video for the live stream, and I didn't want to show it because I had music and copyright and everything else. But he like gave an example of a football stadium, and they showed maybe 20,000 Bitcoin millionaires or crypto millionaires could sit in like, you know, a very small section. He said the amount of crypto millionaires that were made in the last 5 years could fill a football stadium now. There's been over 100,000 crypto millionaires made in a 5-year span. So just think about the opportunity in cryptocurrency. In 5 years, 100,000 crypto millionaires. And he says in 5 years, he says AI is worth $50 billion. And then he gave like a bunch of examples like, you know, what the internet's worth. But he says the global financial system is worth over $100 trillion. The global financial system. And this is what we're talking about today, guys. The global financial system and cryptocurrency. He says crypto will blindside the market the same way Netflix and Uber did. So if you think about that, like people didn't really see that Netflix would shut down, you know, cable. I don't even know if people pay for cable anymore. Now I think it's all streaming services. But he says crypto will blindside the market the same way Netflix and Uber did. So you guys remember like Netflix came out and some people didn't think Netflix would make it. Oh, pay for play only. Same thing with Amazon. Like some people didn't think Amazon would make it. Oh, buy your books online. So look how big Amazon came. Look how big Netflix became. Some people didn't think, oh, you could order an Uber and a stranger will pick you up and you'll hop in the car comfortably and ride off with that stranger. Like, I kind of didn't see that with Uber. Like, oh, anybody can pick you up. That was kind of weird. But look what Uber did. Look what Netflix did. Look what Amazon did. So look what the evolution of money is going to do. And cryptocurrency, guys, is the biggest opportunity we've ever witnessed in the history of humanity. I even started a channel to talk about it daily since 2017. So, this is CKJ Crypto News. I am Bullzilla, the Hidden Gem Hunter, the Portfolio Melter. This is the Reaper CEO. He's actually a really, really smart dude, too, and a veteran. Shout out to the Reaper CEO, who's also a veteran. Shout out to all my veterans. XRP Las Vegas, and this is what he had to say. Mount Crypto, the third super chat ever. Mount Crypto. Is this thing accurate? Because I remember Mount Crypto, is it the third super chat this year? I mean, come on, there's no way. Mount Crypto has definitely donated more than 3 super chats. I know Mount Crypto. CKJ, can you do a deep dive on Blast Up token? I'm on it, bro. Mount Crypto has definitely donated more than 3 super chats in his time. Thank you, Mount Crypto. I really do appreciate the super chat. It helps out the channel in a big way. Keeps us, helps out the channel in a big way. It's called Blast Up token. I got you, Mount Crypto. Let's go to some of these clips, and I'm going to try my hard not to interrupt them. Yeah, OMC, I was going to pull that commercial up too since we're playing all clips today. And it's Ripple is faster than Insane Bolt, right? That's the Ripple commercial going around. OMC, and thank you for the super chat last live stream, OMC. CKJ, did you see the commercial on Ripple about sending money faster around the world than Insane Bolt? I seen that. Did goneblind make it? Somebody said happy birthday goneblind. I know he's barbecuing right now. Mount Crypto, what's your thoughts on the third super chat? Does that ring true, or do they mean just this year?
But if you are able to get on a computer and get on a phone and get into XRP, that something less than 1% of the population is yet to be aware of. But if you're in...
Now, if you think about that, less than 1% of the population is yet to be aware of XRP. And I think that's true also. Like a lot of people, when I started talking about XRP, oh, let me play the clips.
XRP, you probably already... But if you are able to get on a computer and get on a phone and get into XRP, that something less than 1% of the population is yet to be aware of. But if you're in XRP, you probably already know where this is going, and it is going to become inevitably and through default the global reserve currency.
Patrick Riley right there says the XRP, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. Look how bullish and much he believes. He says it's inevitable that XRP will be the default global reserve currency. And if you go down here, OMC with the super chat, OMC, much love, my brother. I really appreciate that. Purified token, deep dive purpose, TradeFi. I got to write it down. My apologies, guys. I do the research on these. OMC, which you showed some major love yesterday. So I'm definitely going to be on this for maybe tonight's live stream. We go live tonight at 8, guys. Pickle says hello. He's getting the front row seat. Purify. Deep dive. Purpose. TradeFi. So I'm actually going to break all that down. What TradeFi is. What Purify is. And DeFi. UFI is the ticker. OMC, I got you, my brother. Much love. Thank you big time for that. Guys, you know I love your efforts. Patrick Riley says, let's take a quick inventory of what I said for the haters and the FUD maxis. XRP inevitably and through default the global reserve currency. Patrick L. Riley, that's his name. Patrick L. Riley is the Reaper CEO who built Reaper on top of XRPL. We've known for a long time. We've known this for a long time, but it's always good to hear it stated with conviction from someone as well connected as Patrick. I would agree. That's why I said today we're going to do some clips. Oh, you guys are showing major love today. Thank you big time. I really appreciate it. Uncle Thursday, whose birthday is like every Thursday. Uncle Thursday. I remember making a clip on Uncle Thursday like a while ago. Like, we was like, oh, it's Thursday. Uncle Thursday in the building. Thank you, Uncle Thursday, with the super chat. I really appreciate that, Uncle Thursday. How you been feeling, my brother? Much, much love to you. Thank you so much. And look what Rosemary said. XRP, inevitable. The global reserve currency. Patrick Riley. We've known this for a long time, but it's also good to hear it stated with conviction by someone as well connected as Patrick. Paul B says, where do you guys trade small cap coins in the USA? Oh, you guys got a lot of recommendations to do today too. I'll let the Bulls family answer that question within the chat. Let me give you guys just a quick example of what I mean about these clips today too, because it seems to be stuck on that one. I played that one. That was so sweet. I mean, that was the cutest thing ever with the dog dancing. Guys, I'm going to talk about this XRP airdrop that's in the Zum wallet. And I actually went so deep down the rabbit hole on XPM last night. It's the XP Market Launchpad. Within the DeFi protocol and XRPL, not only are they launching a token called XPM, which is kind of a good idea. The token's called XPM, Twitter XP Market. You got to set a trust line up in your Zum wallet to receive the airdrop. Which, like the same way I got an article on a lot of memes are, you know, fluctuating wildly, but CatFi is on fire. And we actually received the airdrop of CatFi. What's it? CatFi in our Phantom wallet. So the same way they're going to start doing the airdrop trust lines for XPM, how we received CatFi and what's the other asset we received in our Phantom wallet. XRPL is going the same with Zum now. So we're going to cover this also and momentarily. XRPL is Zum. Time has come. Cuban pulled pork. Smoked out of the smoker. Here's Going Blind's birthday celebration. My apologies for the non-meat eaters. This is Going Blind though. Down south. You know how good that would be right there? We're talking Georgia. We're talking Georgia. They do it big in Georgia. And I'm telling you, you ever heard of Southern hospitality? It's so true. When I lived in Jacksonville, Florida, I've never met so many nice people in my life. Like, it's really Southern hospitality in Georgia and Florida. And don't get me wrong, there's some nutcases out there, but I met a lot of nice people. So you guys get that right there. Next clip.
High, which admittedly was in and of itself an emotional roller coaster. You know, the highest high, which admittedly was in and of itself an emotional roller coaster, and I have a tattoo referencing it on my left shoulder. July 13th, 2023, the court decision was issued by Judge Torres in the United States versus Ripple and I guess to some degree Brad Garlinghouse. I mean, there are three cases really: one against me, one against Chris, and one against Ripple. You know, the highest high, which admittedly was
So this one was Brad Garlinghouse. I see that the same people who say Ripple isn't committed to XRP say Brad's tattoo was fake. Good, just looking out for my niece and nephews. Uncle Thursday, you're a legend, bro. And let me read this data to you, Uncle Thursday, since you just showed up, I believe. Guys, many may not know this, but in the last 5 years alone, cryptocurrency has created 100,000 crypto millionaires. And this is why the man doesn't want volatility, because volatility creates opportunity. They want the price of crypto to be stable as gold. Now, don't get me wrong. Gold is rocketed in value maybe over the last decade or 2 decades, but it's had like a slow increase. Like volatility in the last 5 years has created 100,000 crypto millionaires. The global fintech industry is worth over, or the global financial industry is worth over 100 trillion. AI is only worth 50 billion. Crypto market will blindside the market the same way Netflix and Uber did. Institutional money is pouring into crypto. I took all these notes down from the video I watched for the stream. Less than 1% know about XRP. We covered that. XRP, the global reserve currency, and market cap to over 5 trillion at the end of this year. So that's all the notes I took down for the show. And the Ether 488 $5 super chat, very first super chat. I appreciate that. Much love. Great show, CKJ. You know me. You say the way you said great show, CKJ. Can you check out BuLLZiLla123 new token that launched on Stellar? Oh, new token on Stellar. You do got me interested, guys, because y'all seen yesterday's show about Stellar tokens. It's been on fire. And that's why today I said I was going to switch it up, because I've been beating the drum so hard on SHX and VLO, and we've been melting our portfolios with them assets. But I was like, man, maybe some people didn't jump on that call, so I'm not going to rub it in another day how we're on fire. So I was like, today I'm going to switch it up a little bit and talk about something completely different. And it's called Bland. So I was like, today I'm going to switch it up just for people that didn't jump on SHX or VLO. New token on Stellar. And we might talk about this tonight. Author 488 Bland, new token launch on Stellar blockchain this week. Low supply. 0.015, low liquidity. Let me write low supply on there, because I'm curious on that. I got you, Author 488. By tonight will be a BLND expert. You almost got me curious now.
In and of itself, an emotional roller coaster. And I have a tattoo referencing it on my left shoulder.
Brad Growinghouse got an XRP tattoo. Okay, we played this video. XRP will flip Ethereum.
5 trillion by the end of this. Publicly, I think that the market will be over 5 trillion by the end of this year, which is a double from where we are now. How that applies to Bitcoin versus XRP. I mean, like, people forget, before the SEC got involved and said that ETH is not a security, XRP was the second most valuable digital asset.
Wow, that wasn't that long ago. That wasn't long ago. What, 3-4 years?
It was 2018 when Hinman gave his speech. So 6 years, a little less than 6 years ago. Yeah, five years and change. Publicly, I think that the
Luke Ferreter, a University of Nebraska. I rise today to recognize Luke Ferreter, a University of Nebraska Lincoln student who recently won the Vuciferous Challenge grand prize by deciphering passages of text from digital scans of a carbonized scroll. This young man is smart. Last year, Ferreter, a Lincoln native, decided to take on the challenge of deciphering text on papyrus charred into a lump of carbon by the eruption of Mount Vuciferous. Because the scrolls were carbonized, they're virtually impossible to unroll without destroying them. He created a machine learning model that senses tiny differences that can reveal ink. Yes, that's smart. Along the way, he enlisted help from peers across the globe to pitch in and decipher the burnt scrolls recovered from an ancient library. Luke and his team ultimately submitted 15 passages containing more than 2,000 characters. The work contained in the passages they recovered hadn't been read since 79 AD. Congratulations to Luke. Your innovative talent has already taken you so far. We look forward to seeing you and what challenge you take on next. And please stay in Nebraska. And what challenge you take on next. And please stay in Nebraska. Stay in Nebraska. Stay in Nebraska. We want you to live here. I rise today to recognize
Senator Mike Flood, who wrote Telcoin into law in Nebraska. The Black Diamond Apple. You can only get one in Tibet. I was like, can I play these clips without talking?
FTX and Binance were the two most important, most influential, and probably SBF and CZ were the two most important players in crypto. Now you've got one definitively in jail, one, I guess, potentially headed to jail. And, you know, I bring this up in context of black swans is like, it's hard to know. But on the positive, think about the freaking resilience of this industry and market. That 2 years ago, somebody who I thought I knew a lot about what's going on in crypto, I would have said these are the two most important companies. The CEOs of the two most important companies now either are in jail or I think headed there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in some ways, I mean, the CZ stuff I'm less close to, and so I don't know as many details. But look, the resilience of the market, that should give us immense optimism.
Yes.
About what's coming. Do I think there's gonna be another black swan? Of course, 100%. I just don't know exactly what it is. The only one that's gonna be an interesting one to watch, and I don't even know how he calls a black swan, because I feel like black swan by definition can't really be, it's like predicted. Oh, didn't see that happening.
Yeah.
The US government is going after Tether. That is clear to me. I view Tether as a very important part of the ecosystem, and I don't know how to predict
the impact that will have.
That's interesting. Next clip, please. Oh, Andy P's car. Uphold, happy 10-year anniversary to us, guys. Uphold has been in business 10 years. Happy 10-year anniversary to us. Big thank you to everyone who joined us. I love Uphold's app, BullZiLLa123. Thank you, BullZiLLa123, for sharing the video in the Telegram group also. Guys, this is some of the information I had exposure to in 2017.
This is crazy. But these are all, there's SBI Holdings right there. Here's the list of all Ripple partnerships. You can, of course, see all these different, man, this is, this is crazy. But these are all, there's SBI Holdings right there. Just bank after bank after bank after bank. I mean, there it is, guys. This is, and that's just, this is probably just what is in, you know, the coffer right now versus the deals that they're probably working today to start to execute this even more. So it's, is this a sleeping giant that could be waiting for an explosion? Here's the list of all Ripple partnerships. You can, of course, see all these different, man, this is, this is.
That's what I was like, guys. I couldn't believe the amount of partnerships that Ripple had when I started making XRP content on this channel in 2017. I was like, wow, like, how can a Bitcoin maxi not see this? Banco Santander, Bank of Indonesia, SBI, Zip Remit, Instant Remit, Monetary Authority, Western Union, AU Exchange. I mean, it goes on. And he kind of just covered that right there. So you guys see that. I thought this was pretty interesting. The balancing bike for people that, the balancing bike, like, can't be knocked over. Self-balancing, fully enclosed electronic motorcycle. I wonder if that's true. I mean, that card kind of like tapped. That was like, I don't know, that was like a love tap. With that, I don't know about like a, okay, gotta be careful with that music. Self-balancing bike. You want to get one of those, OMC? So what? OMC, I love that Paul Barron clip. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. Let's go fill another bag at these prices. OMC, tell them.
Here's the list of all Ripple partnerships. You can, of course, see all these different, man, this is, this is crazy. But,
and I'm assuming that Paul Barron is a big deal, because it kind of looks like a big deal. As far as the way it's kind of set up, it just looks like it might be somebody. XRP tokenized assets, top 100 cross-border payments in 2024, run on Ripple. Interesting.
That was a big high. But even that moment was a emotional roller. That was a big moment. That was a big moment. That was a big high. But even that moment was a emotional roller coaster. I actually don't mind sharing. I haven't shared this publicly. I broke down crying.
Wow.
Because it was definitely like the weight of it all of a sudden it was like, oh my God, like, you know, all of this energy, all this time, all this money for all years. This distraction. Oh yeah. That was a big moment. That was a big high. But even that moment was an emotional roller coaster. I actually don't mind sharing. I haven't shared this publicly. I broke down crying.
Brad Garlinghouse cried when they won the lawsuit against the SEC. Crypto Navigator, Paul's been around for about 4 years. What up, CKJ? What up, Crypto Navigator? Can we get the link to your channel, sir? Guys, for everybody tuning in today I went through and found the most trending clips I can find going around today. And you see all these clips are from 2 hours ago, 8 hours ago, 6 hours ago. This is the most trending clips in crypto right now. And I put them all together in one live stream today. So you guys, I want to try something different for Saturday's live stream. Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple has partnered with several central banks. We announced some are unannounced.
Ripple has partnered with several central banks around the world. Some we've announced, some we haven't yet announced, that they're issuing and testing using the XRP ledger to issue their digital assets on the XRP ledger as a token. So we're excited to be working with them. And look, at our core, Ripple's really good at working with enterprise customers. A government is just a big enterprise customer. You know, we know how to sell to. I mean, in some ways, it's just a really big enterprise customer. I mean,
you said the government is just a big enterprise customer. That's kind of interesting. The government's, and shout out to Bank XRP. Shout out to Bank. You know, Bank still is a legend, and he been crushing it. Shout out to Digital Asset Investor.
I finished business school in 1997, which was an amazingly good time to come out of business school, given the birth of the internet, kind of in really the 1.0. And not surprisingly, perhaps, there's a whole bunch of people from my business school class doing really interesting things in crypto, not the least of which is the CEO of Amazon, the guy named Andy Jassy.
When the Amazon partnership is announced, the world will be talking about XRP. Millions of people will buy XRP on that day. So this partnership is being saved for a later date. That's interesting, I would say. Shout out to DAI with that.
A bunch of Dogecoin and SpaceX. I still own a bunch of Dogecoin, and SpaceX owns a bunch of Bitcoin. But I still own a bunch of Dogecoin, and SpaceX owns a bunch of Bitcoin.
Elon Musk says he owns a bunch of Dogecoin, and SpaceX holds a bunch of Bitcoin.
Introduce this idea of this internet of value and how, if for that to exist, you need certain. He really kind of introduced this idea of this internet of value and how, if for that to exist, you need certain oil in that engine to grease the system so that it can work. And XRP, the digital asset that Ripple has kind of standardized on, if you will, extremely fast, extremely low cost, and it could be an interesting use case for that. So, I think there's going to be lots of cryptos that win. You and I have talked about that before. Yeah. I think there'll be different use cases and different protocols and different technologies that will win. But his vision and kind of what he talked about and bridging the kind of traditional financial world with this next generation, at the time we weren't calling it Web3, it really appealed to me. One last thing I'll say about this that I think is something I thought about. I don't think there's that many times in your life where you get to do something where you really can, to borrow a Steve Jobs expression, put a dent in the universe. There have been a couple of times in my career where I feel like I've had that opportunity, but it's pretty rare, it's pretty unique. And when I thought about what Ripple is trying to do, it's one of these kind of audacious things of like, okay, we're going to enable an internet of value. We're going to build systems to catalyze that future vision. It's definitely one of those things you're like, okay, if we do that, that's going to change the way some of these systems operate. And you're going to feel like, I helped put a dent in the universe. And there's something I find personally gratifying about that it's not in kind of as Elon Musk, for him, I think it was about, as you described, like, it's important work for the world.
Yeah.
I think if you can unlock an internet of value, it's going to change a lot about how some of these things work.
I like that one.
He really kind of introduced this idea of this internet of value and how if
Shout out to Digital Asset Investor on that clip right there. And I thought that was pretty interesting as far as, I always thought I would do the same thing too. Thought I would do something that would create a dent in the universe. And that's why when I found cryptocurrency in 2017, I was like, whoa, I was inspired enough to start a YouTube channel to talk about crypto. Crypto Navigator. Guys, subscribe to the Navigator. He's a legendary dude. Blessed individual. He would drive one of them self-balancing bikes, Crypto Work Pro. I mean, it's kind of interesting. I mean, like, I always kind of like, my little brother is like big on motorcycles, does the wheelies and all that stuff, but I've always been not concerned about myself on a motorcycle. I'm concerned about myself, but I just can't take the risk of not having 4 doors and 4 wheels. Like, because people on the highway, something could happen and not even be your fault. That's what scares me about the whole motorcycle thing, I'll be honest. And I seen on one show the guy was like, I'm going to drive across the whole USA on a motorcycle. I'm like, whoa, that increases your chance of, maybe something like, I'm not going to say that, but self-balancing bike, and I could ride on that bad boy. XRP is the oil necessary to put a dent in the universe, says Digital Asset Investor. XRP is the oil necessary to put a dent in the universe. I like that, DAI. Imagine sending money using X. Oh, that might be a good thumbnail for the video. Can we get 333 thumbs up today? I notice we got over 100 people here. Can we get over 100 thumbs up? At this moment, all you gotta do is hit the back button once and smash the thumbs up to your left. Guys, I did issue the Dogecoin challenge also. The Dogecoin challenge. Dogecoin was on its way to $1. Elon Musk was joining Saturday Night Live. Truly blessed. You must be Navigator, because I meant you. I'm blessed. You're blessed. Blessed people coming together and make one strong unity. This is crazy. When we talk about other tokens value, we say millions and billions. But when we talk about XRP, we talk about trillions and quadrillions. Tell them, OMC. See the difference? We need 10% of that value wealth. OMC knows. Oil it up. Joey Paz, 2-year member. Navigator, 12-month member. Much love, Navigator. Thank you big time. Alex Wright says, that's beautiful. Alex Wright loves the way that sounds.
He really kind of introduced this idea of this internet of value and how if for that to exist, you need certain oil in that engine to grease the system so that it can work. And XRP, the digital asset that Ripple has kind of standardized on, if you will, extremely fast, extremely low cost, and it could be an interesting use case for that. So, I think there's going to be lots of cryptos that win. You and I have talked about that before.
Yeah. Guys, that's, believe it or not, when I first started making crypto content in 2017, I was like a diehard XRP maxi. I'm not even going to lie. Bitcoin Sniper. He says XRP is centralized. Believe it or not, guys, I was a diehard XRP maxi, right? And Brad Garlinghouse and Dave Schwartz is the first reason I decided to diversify. And the reason I bought a Bitcoin. Because right around the time Bitcoin dropped to $3,500, Brad Garlinghouse says, oh, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And then Dave Schwartz and both Brad came out and said, oh, we're long Bitcoin. I was like, thank God you finally told us. Right now is the perfect time. Because Bitcoin was $3,500 at that time. So I told everybody get a Bitcoin right now at $3,500. I'm going to find them clips. I'm going to find that clip because I went crazy over a $3,500 Bitcoin. BTC video 3,500 because I want to find a clip. And that's how I found our 200K SHX challenge. I was actually going back so far trying to find the Bitcoin $3,500 call. Because somebody, there was like a clip on fire of somebody calling Bitcoin at 10,000. I'm like, what? I call Bitcoin at 3,500. So, Brad Garlinghouse says multiple cryptos will win. Like LG is saying HBAR.
For that. So, I think there's going to be lots of cryptos that win. You and I have talked about that before.
Yeah. Lots of cryptos that'll win. And then from there, we rode Bitcoin from 3,500 to 10,000. Then there we decided to diversify more into 100K challenges, and then the ℕ𝕝𝕟𝕜𝕤 crushed Bitcoin price. Like as far as I was like, man, should we just hold this Bitcoin and ride off into the sunset? And I was like, man, we'll diversify because it started trading at 10,000 sideways forever. So then we called the 100K ℕ𝕝𝕟 challenge for $100, and then ℕ𝕝𝕟 shot to 280 per ℕ𝕝𝕟, which that was $280,000. So I was like, whoa, there's something to diversifying. And so you guys get that right there, the dog clip. Oh, what's this one? Warning, the kind of wild speculation I love. Brad Garlinghouse, after assuming fighting with the SEC, he's not afraid. Okay, Brad's not afraid.
Years, yeah, no problem. It's inevitable. Like, and it's inevitable that, now, right now we're talking about is $2.5 trillion. Look, do I think this is an easy 10x over the next 5 to 10 years? Yeah, no problem. That doesn't freak me out when I say that at all.
Like, that's conservative. If you
that feels safe.
Good God, Brad says an easy 10x. Huh? Tell him, Brad. Brad is bullish. Tell him one more time, sir.
It's inevitable. Like, and it's inevitable that, right now we're talking about is $2.5 trillion.
Brad Garlinghouse, well, XRP 10x.
It's inevitable. Like, and it's inevitable that, right now we're talking about is $2.5 trillion. Look, do I think this is an easy 10x over the next 5 to 10 years? Yeah, no problem. That doesn't freak me out when I say that at all.
Like, that's conservative. If you
that feels safe. I mean, to the earlier conversation about asymmetric returns, is there a chance that it's 100x in that time frame? It feels aggressive, but I don't know. Like, I think that many people in the United States, particularly, don't understand what it would be like to have lived in Argentina and have the Argentinian peso devalued effectively to zero multiple times in my lifetime. Why would you hold that currency?
We don't realize that could become us.
That's exactly the point, right? Like, I think that we underestimate what that macro dynamic looks like over the long term. And so I'm, incredibly bullish. The reason I'm dodging the question only slightly because, what's the timeline for this year? I mean, I have said publicly, I think that the market will be over 5 trillion by the end of this year.
Brad Garlinghouse is calling for 5 trillion by the end of the year. What up? Pastor Josh Pan. How do you get your names to highlight like that, sir? I've never seen that as long as I've been in crypto, where your whole name is kind of like highlighted. The Pastor John Pan is in the building. Hunter X, that's what I'm saying, guys. Brad is super bullish. It looked like when he said Hunter X, he was thinking, yeah. Am I right, LJ? The Brad coin on XRPL, oh, that would 10x easy.
That's exactly the point, right? Like, many people in right now we're talking about is $2.5 trillion. It's inevitable. Like, it's inevitable. It's inevitable.
Brad Garlinghouse, is XRP going to take the #1 spot?
It's inevitable.
Will XRP 10x?
It's inevitable.
Will XRP take us to crypto retirement?
It's inevitable.
Oh my God, Brad, you're so bullish.
Like, and it's inevitable that, right now we're talking about is $2.5 trillion. Look, do I think this is an easy 10x over the next 5 to 10 years? Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to answer this question right now. Paulo Bravel, as a struggling trader, honestly, asking where you guys trade in the U.S. One thing I learned about crypto and on this show, one main theme of this show is the HODL model, right? Because I believe HODLing crypto with real utility is all you really need to do. If you try to trade crypto, don't get me wrong, a lot of people can trade, walk away with gains, take profit, but depending on how many crypto you have, like for example, when you first get into crypto, if you're just trading a couple cryptos, then of course you can keep your eye on it, trade, play around. But like after you're in crypto like a year or 2 years, you start having multiple bags of crypto. Like so go sell this and go buy, or go sell this, go sell this. You have multiple wallets, multiple exchanges. It became like a nightmare trying to run to crypto.com, run to OGB, run to Uphold, and oh, should I do this, do that, do this? So I made the most money just by holding assets I believe in. Like for example, I left all my crypto on original Binance. All my 100K challenge that I caught, I left it on Binance. Even when they said get it off the exchange, I left it on there on purpose because I was confident and I believed in CZ that I would be able to get that crypto. And I traded wildly on my Binance USA account. What? Do you know what a nightmare that was? Like, I would probably sell something at night before sleep, and I'd wake up in the morning and the market be on fire. And then I'd FOMO back in, and I would get less than when I sold at nighttime, and then it would tear me up inside that, oh man, now I lost 10,000 of this. I got to buy 10,000 more right now to put me back where my bag was. So then I would buy more that I just sold and lost that night. And then the second you bought it, oh, the market flipped red again. I'm like, oh man, this is a nightmare trying to be a trader. No, there's nothing wrong with trading. A lot of people do it. There's nothing wrong with taking profits. But I'm telling you, like, if you believe in a crypto and you, like, for example, SHX, of course you could have sold at 1,400, you know, because it shot up from 0.003 to 1,400. And then you could jump back in at a better price. But we're right back to almost to 1,400 again. I mean, I could have sold at 1,400, bought back in at 800, maybe walked away with $500. But at the same time, to keep your eye on the market 24/7 is a job within itself. I'm really confident in buying and holding assets that have real utility, and I believe that is sufficient to make big money. And I kind of proved that in 2021 with 100K challenges. Tell him, Pastor John, buy and hold, buy and hold. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Right, and there's no
just my small belief from being in crypto since 2017.
Right, and there's no negative consequence to Gary Gensler to keep fighting the fight. No.
And my last thing I want to add to that, believe it or not, and even with my skill that I have now in cryptocurrency, because you guys see, I'm calling these charts, I'm calling these cryptos like, especially with SHX, when I said, oh, it's going to hit resistance at 1 cent, it's going to pull back to 0.009, 0.008. Like, I can actually sell easily now, I believe, and get back in at the right time easily. I'm not saying like I'm a crypto master, kind of am, but, you know, I still just believe that SHX will go to $1 or $2 or $3. Like, I'm looking for the life-changing gains. I'm not trying to walk away with $1,000. I'm trying to walk away with $3 million, or at least a millionaire. Like Tail says, $1 million and up. Like, don't get me wrong, we made big money, but at the same time, I truly believe that, like right here, in the last 5 years, 100,000 crypto millionaires have been created. We're looking for the crypto millionaire status. We're looking for the bullish Andy Philpott status. The global financial industry is worth over $100 trillion. Crypto will blindside the market, which I believe it will. Like, a lot of people haven't heard of XRP or SHX or VLO. Crypto will blindside the market the same way Netflix, Uber did. Institutional money right now is pouring into crypto. Give them more, Brad. So I believe, guys, like, if you believe in an asset with real utility, it's going to crush it.
Right, and there's no negative consequence to Gary Gensler to keep fighting the fight.
No, you're right.
Doesn't cost him a dime.
What do you think about the future in that regards then? Like, do you feel like the SEC is powerful enough to curtail the crypto industry as a whole, or do you think it's a matter of time?
Oh, they're going to lose in the long run.
They're going to lose in the long run. Just
yeah,
enough
this
time.
is just, I mean, look, if you look at the continued growth of crypto as a multi-decade arc of time, this is nothing.
This is nothing.
It's a speed bump. Because I'm so optimistic about what the future of crypto looks like, we'll look back in 20 years and be like, God, that sucked. But you know what? Little bump, whatever. The market, in my opinion, the market will be measured in many, 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 many trillions.
Yeah.
And it will change the way many, many transactions work because it's a way to reduce friction, reduce cost, make things more efficient. It's going to win in the long run. The best technology usually wins in the long run.
Yeah.
Right, and there's no negative consequence to Gary Gensler to keep fighting the fight.
No.
I want to say a comment on this right here. This is kind of reminds me when I used to work at the law office. Many people may not know, yes, I am a paralegal also. But when I used to work at the law office, it used to tear me up that, like, say, for example, okay, if somebody goes to a trial and they lose, and they pinpoint a reason they lost in the trial and they file an appeal at a higher court. The higher court agrees with you that there was an error within your trial. Your legal procedure or your constitutional rights was violated, and the higher court agrees with you, but the lower court ran you down and didn't agree with you. So, okay, the higher court now says, okay, there was an error. We agree. We'll turn it over on your appeal. But at the same time, it's like, what happened with the lower court? You think the lower court judge didn't know, hey, you know, we're doing wrong now. Like, this ain't right. Like, they kind of do whatever they want at the first level. There's like no repercussion to doing somebody wrong. And it's the same thing what Brad Garlinghouse is saying now about Gary Gensler and the SEC. Look at all the individual investors that got hurt by dragging out the lawsuit, or, you know, delisting XRP, or taking away from the potential of what it was supposed to already go to. And there's no repercussion in the system. And the same thing with the big bankers who violate all these money rules. You don't see, oh, they went in there and got Wells and Fargo CEO because, you know, they did this transaction and they knew they shouldn't have. No, it's just a small fine to pay and business as usual. That's kind of not right, that there's no consequence when somebody knowingly is doing wrong.
Right, and there's no negative consequence to Gary Gensler to keep fighting the fight.
No, you're right.
Doesn't cost him a dime.
What do you think about the future?
So I always thought that was kind of interesting, and that kind of upset me about law, and that's why another reason I got out of law, just because it tore me up. It tore me up to see people's rights violated like that, and knowing that they're done wrong. This is a sign to quit your job, Crypto Tails, and move to the island. When I seen this, I said, I think you're right. This might be a sign for me to move to the islands. Look at that right there. I'm trying to tell you, when I went to Hawaii, matter of fact, Tails is fresh back from the Bahamas. Fill us in, Tails. Are you back yet? Or are you still are you still island hopping, Tails? Crypto Tails, are you back from the Bahamas yet? Or are you still island hopping? Life-changing games. Tell them, LJ. Thanks, Gary. I'm telling you guys, it is tearing me up when I'm playing the clips today not to interrupt the clips, and I'm trying my hardest too, because in a couple different comments in the videos, people just say, man, let the clip play. And I think, man, let the clip play is a good idea instead of interrupting the clip. But when you're live, it's so hard to not interrupt the clip or interact with the audience. It's like the same thing with the one guy, Crypto for Us. I seen him go live, do a whole stream, and not even talk to the live stream. And his channel's on fire. I'm like, okay, maybe there's something to going live and not talking to the family in the chat. I don't know. I guess everybody does it different. But I just don't understand that. But I guess I could be quiet during the clips. So I'm working on that today. Oh, Crypto Tails is an island boy. Island boy. Just trying to make it. I just got back this morning at 3 a.m. Yeah, guys, Tails is traveling. He's island hopping, literally. From Bahamas to Dominican Republic. And actually, I shared the live stream. More Scotty Tuhati. Shout out to all the moderators and all the members. Thank you for your memberships to the channel. CC for Life, thank you for the super chat within the comments. That's amazing. When I checked my comments this morning, it was like a super chat in the comment. I'm like, whoa, I didn't know you could do that. The population of Mars is still 0. Animal. Guys, can we get some thumbs up love today? I noticed like after yesterday's stream, we had like 150 people here like almost the whole time. And then after the stream, we had like 70 thumbs up. So come on, guys, do me a huge favor. Hit the back button once. You see your thumbs up to your left. Same example today. It must be the same 70 people because it's 73 thumbs up and over 100 people here. So we need some thumbs up love today, guys. It helps out. It lets YouTube know that, oh, CKJ and the Crypto Bulls family is the real deal. Ask Pastor John Pan. Pastor Josh Pan. The population on Mars is still 0. I used to think the same thing, Tails, when I used to go like a whole bunch of different places all the time. Because when you go on vacation, Crypto Tails says, trip was amazing, but I'm tired. I need a vacation for my vacation. I used to think the same thing. Because when you go on vacation, you get up bright and early. Then you like, because you want to go sightseeing and go to different places, and then you might stay up late, you know, depending if you're a drinker or not drinker. Bullish Mayweather, why don't you got a moderator, sir? Thank you for your 12-month membership. I appreciate that, bro. Bullish XRP Mayweather. Maybe it just flipped yellow. But when you get back, you're thinking, man, I've done so much stuff in a short amount of time. I need some rest. So, yeah, shout out to, he said BitBoy is lurking, so he won't hit the like button. Yeah, shout out to BitBoy working and lurking and stalking like he did me at the Texas event. But every time I looked over, I would see BitBoy staring at me. It felt kind of spooky a little bit. Nah, BitBoy, you know, I know BitBoy well. I talk to him all the time. Not all the time. You know, I've talked to him, like, when all this stuff happened with his channel, I talked to him for, you know, a brief moment. But, yeah, some Bitcoin maxis ain't smashing that thumbs up. David Marcus.
Spark that in the future, any corporation that needs to move money, which means every corporation in the world, will end up using directly or indirectly Lightning and Bitcoin to net settle between suppliers or customers, and so that's why we think it's important to be here to share the progress of Lightning, to share how Bitcoin and Lightning will become the interoperability neutral settlement layer between all of the real-time payment systems that exist domestically around the world, and we think that that's why corporations should really care.
Bam. Guys, you see David Marcus, right? No, David Marcus was from Facebook and Coinbase, and former PayPal president and LightSpark CEO David Marcus says every corporation in the world will end up using Bitcoin Lightning to settle transactions. That must be like a very Bitcoin maxi thing to say, because every corporation in the world will end up using Bitcoin for Lightning to settle transactions. That doesn't make sense to me. Because, like, don't get me wrong, I think Bitcoin is going to 1 million. I'm bullish on Bitcoin. But as far as Bitcoin being used for transactions, I just don't really see that. Because, I mean, come on, it's costly, it's slow. The block size, the bottleneck, they funnel up. Like, there's no way, it's impossible. Now, maybe Bitcoin Cash, the real Bitcoin, BCH. Now, if he would have said every corporation in the world would end up using cryptocurrency, well, that would make more sense. But I guess the Bitcoin maxis always got to push their same narrative, Cindy D. Oh, that's kind of weird. No wonder. Something like really weird has been happening like the last two streams. Oh, I bet I know what it is too now that I think about it. Like 2 streams before that, I called a copyright for some music, and it was like in 2 different streams. And then they were like, well, what's going on here? Maybe that does affect you a little bit. Because I'm like, it's a long story. But Cindy D, I didn't even get my notification. Guys, make sure you reset your notification bell. I remember David Marcus at Coinbase and Facebook at the same time. Then he resigned from Facebook. No, he resigned from Coinbase because he said it was a conflict of interest. And then they was about to launch this coin on Facebook. I forget what it was called. But there was a serious conflict of interest there. He worked at Coinbase, Facebook. He's from PayPal. You got to kind of see, guys, cryptocurrency is here to stay. Mars is made of chocolate. Oh, man, I want to go there. Especially with the munchies. Matter of fact, let's make this bigger. There you go, LJ. You going with me? Is that really Mars? I mean, that's some amazing footage we're getting back from Mars, ain't it? Let me see. Well, you know what I'm going to do? Let's start a poll too. Will XRP be the global reserve currency? Because Patrick Riley says XRP will be the global reserve currency. So we're going to do a poll. Will XRP be the global reserve currency? What Patrick Riley says, yes or no? Charts can't lie. Much love for your membership. Oh, Mother Nature's back in the building. Hello, my friend. Telling folks the way the world really works. I'm trying to, Mother Nature. But I'm almost thinking about just packing up my computer and becoming an island boy. But then, oh man, if Mother Nature hits hard on the island, then you know it's, well, like right there, good. God, look at that view right there. That's priceless. I remember when I went to Hawaii, it was so unbelievable. I'm trying to tell you, it was like the nicest weather. It's kind of hard to believe, like the USA, like, well, I guess in Florida there's still clear water, but like the islands where like there's not like a lot of wealth, it's like the most beautiful places. But like in the USA, it's like, you know, up here by New York and Philly, like the water's so polluted, and I don't know. It's just, that's kind of weird. Cindy D, thank you for your 12-month membership. I thought this was kind of interesting. It says here's how you can use math to get married.
Who here wants to get married, have family and kids? There's something called
I can't play that because of the music. Guys, here's Tay Lopez. I used to be a big Tay Lopez fan when I first got into cryptocurrency. Because when I first started talking about crypto, believe it or not, Tay Lopez was huge when I first got into crypto as far as being like a motivational speaker. Because I kind of like, man, maybe should I focus on motivational speaking a little bit? So I kind of like wanted to mix his method with crypto. He says the ultimate method to find the best wife. Okay, I'll tell you. I might get some heat for this, but what the hell? Because, I mean, maybe people are curious how to find the best wife. Maybe Bitcoin Sniper. Well, he's not an XRP fan, that's for sure. He says the guy... You know what's crazy? Sometimes before the show, I've run across something. I'm like, oh, I'm going to show this on the live stream. But then sometimes when I'm live, it's like different. It's like, okay, here's how you can use math to get married.
that had a cafe downstairs and one across the street.
So he said the guy went on 20 dates. He went on 20 dates, and out of the 20 dates, he picked the best one that he connected with out of 20 dates. He said, but you can't do it over a 2-year span. You got to do it in a rapid pace. So you got to set up 2 restaurants on each side. And he said, then you set up 20 dates. You have coffee with this date, talk to her for, a brief time. Then you go on the next restaurant, have coffee, go on the brief date. And then he said, basically, whoever you connected with the most out of the 20, then if you marry her, you'll have a successful marriage for life. That's what Tay Lopez says. I don't know.
Assistant, like, go on Tinder or whatever for him, or whatever they use in the Philippines. And he would say,
hey, I'm just showing you guys what Tay Lopez said. I'm just a messenger. Oh yeah, guys, everybody been talking about this, Tails. Oh, island's great for temporary fun. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of true. What's crazy, I be seeing my friend Jay-Z, his actual name is Jason. He moved out to Hawaii, and he actually begged me to stay out there when I went. I kind of often wonder what would happen if I would have stayed since then. Because that was like such a, it was quite a long time ago now. But his kid is like 10 now. He has a kid like 10. And he be putting up pictures all the time on TikTok now. And I be running across them. And it's just amazing. Be having his dogs at the beach. And it's like so beautiful there. And I'm like, whoa. And he just be doing what he does best. And I'm like, wow. Like, that's... And he actually still looks young. So maybe if we move to the islands, I think it takes the stress off you, right? But then I also heard you get island fever. And then I remember when I used to own the car lot, there's one guy who would come install my windows. He was from Hawaii, but he worked for like one of the famous glass places, like, Auto Glass, whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. And I used to tell him, oh man, I went to Hawaii. I loved Hawaii. And he was like, man, I hate. He was like, he hated Hawaii, and he was from Hawaii. He was like, man, you get bad island fever there. He was like, just go to the Florida Keys, and then you can drive back anytime. I was like, man, that kind of makes sense. The aurora lights shows the Doge. The Doge. Okay, it looks like we finally made it to the top. We made it to the top. That's a good thing.
Economy is money.
I knew we'd eventually make it to the top. Yeah, guys, that's why I kind of wanted to switch the show up today. As far as I went through the trending videos today, and maybe we'll do that just for Saturdays. Like for Saturdays, maybe I'll do like trending videos on Saturdays, like we did, and I'll try my hardest not to interrupt them. Alex, right? And happy birthday, Mac Don 1000. How was your birthday, my brother? And thank you again for the super chat on your birthday, bro. I was thinking about that after the stream when I went back and watched it. I was like, it's Mac's birthday. And he sent me a super chat. And if I'm not mistaken, I think you did the same thing last year. On your birthday, you dropped like the super chat on me. So, Mac Don, happy birthday, bro. Please tell us how your birthday went, sir. I know I'm telling you, I miss it. All his brothers moved out there. He has 2 brothers. They both moved out there. One of them was like a chef at like this fancy motel. And the other one, I guess, I don't know, he doesn't post at all. And then my friend, he actually got like a really, really good job also, though. He was like basically, I'm not going to tell you like what he was saying, but he had like a really, really good job. And he was like, oh, I'll get you a job working with me, or you can just do this or do this. I'm like, oh, no way. I mean, I kind of like really, really thought about it. Andy Philpott, I lived on an island, I lived on an island my whole life, but the island has snow and I want a hot island. Yeah, they got, oh, Andy Philpott, lived on an island his whole life. Shout out to Andy Philpott, you're a legend, dude. Yeah, guys, you know that was one thing about Hawaii is on Kona, they have 4 different seasons, I believe. Like you can go up to the top of Kona and it's snow. No, I didn't go see the snow, but I heard about the snow because I think they got a telescope up there. And you actually can Google it, you can see it. But then on another part of the island, it's like rainforest. It's like rainy nonstop. It rains nonstop. And then, I forget how it is. It's been so long since he broke it down. Like Hawaii is so big, there's like 4, well, it's actually not that big. You can drive around the whole island in like 6 hours. I drove around the whole island in 6 hours. But there's different, what's the word, Mother Nature I'm looking for? Like different, like not seasons. There's like multiple seasons on one island. There's like snow, rain, dry. It never rains on one part. Oh, I'm from Barbados. It's beautiful there. You should visit. You may find. Uh-oh.
People get confused. Sometimes they think an economy is money. Money is a database for exchange of goods and services. And
Elon Musk breaking down. People get confused sometimes. They think an economy is money. Money is a database for exchange of goods and services. Money doesn't have power in or itself. The actual economy is good and service. Now, Elon is next level.
People get confused. Sometimes they think an economy is money. Money is a database for exchange of goods and services and for time shifting the exchange of goods and services. Money is a database. Money doesn't have power in and of itself. Like you can run the thought experiment of if you're trapped on a remote island, shipwrecked on an island, and you've got $1 trillion in a Swiss bank account. It's worthless. You'd rather have a can of soup. So, you have all the Bitcoin in the world, and you're still going to starve.
That's so true. I never thought about that. He's like, you could have all the money in the world, but if you're trapped on an island, all you want is a can of soup. Get him, Elon.
So, the actual economy is goods and services. People get confused.
Actual economy is goods and services. I always thought that. Good God Almighty! Holy moly! Kurt Man is in the building with the $50 super chat. Kurt Man is here. Kurt Man, this is for Kurt Man. Party time, baby. Look at that dog go. The dog is dancing for Kurt. Kurt Man dropped a $50 super chat. Get him, Blue. Okay. You know that's the cutest thing you're gonna see today, MacDon. Come on, you're not gonna see nothing cuter than that dog dancing like with. I'm assuming that was definitely the owner. She got a dog dancing like that. The cutest thing you're gonna see today. Look at that dog. That dog is so happy. Look like he cannot, like he's not stop staring at her too. That's what's kind of interesting. Like he's dancing, but he does not break eye contact with her. He's like, oh. Even when he turns around, he wants to hurry up and stare back at her again. He's like in a rush to look right back at her. That's how Pickle is too. Pickle just wants to see me at all angles. Kurt Man with the $50 super chat. Much love, Kurt Man. Kurt Man, much love, dude. How you been, dude? I haven't seen you in quite some time, right? Kurt with the $50 super chat. I really appreciate that, bro. LJ's thoughts on marriage. Barbados? I think we got somebody else from Barbados here. I lived on island my whole life. Make a lot of sense. Alex Wright. XRP. I love it. LJ. Climate ranges. Climate ranges. Okay, that could be the word. I think that's what. Yeah, different climates. Thank you, Scotty Too Hot. You're a legend, bro. Different climates on the same island, which was amazing. I know I was thinking the same thing too because the times are so different in Kona. I remember I would call home and I think I would talk to my mom or something. I couldn't really recall the times. Like, I would call home and maybe it would be, I don't know, maybe 11 o'clock in the afternoon, and I would call home and it'd be like maybe 11 o'clock at night here or something like that. So that'd be kind of weird. I would have to stream it almost in the middle of the night to even be your time. Is there any, it's kind of weird that I always wonder why we never have crypto YouTubers from Hawaii. I've never seen a crypto YouTuber from Hawaii either. Because actually I think crypto wasn't legal in Hawaii. When it first started, it wasn't really legal in Hawaii. But that was kind of weird. Florida Keys better option? We're going to find out soon. Sooner than you guys know. Iceberg Alley. What's that Iceberg Alley? What is that, Andy Philplot? Okay, charts can't lie. That's right. Big Island has all the extremes. Kona last year was amazing. Left the city at 85 degrees and drove up to the jungle where the most amazing coffee. Yeah, Kona is known for Kona coffee. And actually, it's amazing about the coffee. I can't even tell you guys that story. But let's just say my friend lived here and he moved to Hawaii, but he would always send home Kona coffee. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And because Kona, they're supposed to be known to have the best coffee in the world. But I'm trying to tell you, oh my God, like, it's amazing there. Like, when I would drive around the island and just, like, look, because basically, on the main highway, I forget what it's called. I knew the name of that highway forever. They got one main highway that goes around the whole island. Anyway, as you're looking out at the water, as you're driving around the island, like, you can see the ocean the whole time. You almost think a wave could just swallow it all. You know, that's what I was talking about Mother Nature the other night. But the views are amazing. The weather is like you're being kissed by the sun. Oh, I started the whole marriage conversation now. I started the whole marriage conversation. I had to have the dog dancing in the background. Let me see. Marriage is a win-win for the wife. Marriage is a win-win. Okay, Tyran Copeland says, marriage is a win-win for the wife, good or bad. If she comes with nothing, she still has everything. If it fails, house, kids, alimony, child support, so who wins? Uh-oh. I don't know if I should have read that because that could be, you know, that could start like a whole conversation. I'm with Alex Wright on that. Andy definitely is the baddest dude on the planet. And Kurt, man, thank you big time for your very generous super chat, dude. Where you been at, Kurt? Talk to us. Bitcoin's pumping? Oh, Crypto Tales. I went to the Dominican Republic, Nassau, and Coco Cay, Bahamas. The best place to me was the Dominican Republic. Amazing people, food, and culture. Yeah, that's what was amazing about Hawaii, too. Is like everybody there, they all thought they were family. And they probably all was family, if you think about it. It's so small. But like in Hawaii, they would call it, all the guys would be their uncle. Like a lot of places like Uncle Billy. Like I remember I stayed at this one motel called Uncle Billy's. And oh my God, it was so amazing. Just even like, oh, like they serve like pineapple and all kind of stuff in the morning. And actually Uncle Billy's is right across from the Bubble Gump Shrimp place. And it's just like the view from like you could walk right outside your room. And it's like right there, Ali Drive. It's called Ali Drive. I remember it now. Actually, Ali Drive is the most famous strip through Kona. That it's like right there on the beach where all the stores are and everything. And then if you can drive all the way to the top of the island, it's called ℊ𝕝𝕚𝕣, where a lot of the residents live that like work there and live there. But it's like, you know, not much going on at the top of the island, but all the tourists kind of hang out down at the bottom of the island where Kona be and Ali Drive. And that's what all kind of goes down around like the little bend around the bottom of the island. But I remember I rented, it was, of course I rented a car or whatever, but when I was going, like, it's an island, it's a big circle. I remember actually going up for like hours and then coming down. I was like, man, I could turn the car off and let this thing just coast down. And I remember actually turning the car off and coasting down for like a while. Like, cause like you just start going down for like hours, cause it's like, you know, you go up for 6 hours maybe and around, and you kind of come down. So yeah, we kind of covered that. Shout out to Going Blind having the best barbecue. I guess we're gonna get out of here in like 3-4 minutes, no matter what. As soon as I see what Kurt Man has to say. That's right. Big Island was extremes. Kona last year was amazing. Left the city 85 degrees. Drove up the jungle. You know what's amazing about the temperature in Kona is it's like, okay, it's hot, but it's like not sweaty kind of hot. Like he's saying like 85 degrees. Like the temperature is like perfect to swim. And, you know, where you still feel like, oh, swimming, but you don't like really sweat profusely. It's kind of like a weird kind of hot. It's like a perfect kind of hot. Like you feel the heat, but you can enjoy it. It's like you're not sweating, because like Florida is like the humid, like it's like, okay, like in Jacksonville, it's like the humidity is insane. Like the second I walked out of my uncle's house, I would break out in sweat. And 49 North Parallel, what's that, Andy Philpott? Okay, MacDon's birthday says it was great. It also was my anniversary. Happy anniversary to the missus. Going Blind, I mean, MacDon is a legendary dude. Beautiful wife, if you don't mind me saying. And it was your anniversary. Was it 10-year anniversary, 20-year anniversary, MacDon? Or what anniversary was it, sir? Sheesh McGeesh is a legend. Andy's my hero. Thank you, big time, Kurt. Let's pin that. Oh, goodness gracious. On the, will XRP be the global reserve currency? That one kind of came back kind of interesting. As far as 71 says yes and 21% said no. So that means, I was kind of thinking that poll might go a little bit different. I was thinking, because, you know, maybe there's like some XRP haters out there that's going to keep hitting no, 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 no. But it looks like the XRP, who's bullish on XRP, definitely outweighed the Bitcoin sniper. Terry Vance in the UK. Much love, Terry Vance. Thank you big time for showing up and showing some love. Charge can't lie. Got a rented car and be in ℊ𝕝𝕚 for sunrise. The natives come out and blow the shofar. Oh man, I'm trying to tell you guys, it was amazing. Like I'm telling you, some of the things I saw that really caught me off guard there was this one guy, like my friend Jason, when they all get off work, they all go to the beach. I guess their motto was just jump in the water for a shower. And he was like, oh, we don't go home. We all go to the beach and get in the water to rinse off. And then they all start cooking that. And they got like a real famous food they eat there. Mahi. It's like raw fish or something. Like I'm not really for raw fish. Oh, and he was like, oh, you got to buy this. Because he was like, if you bring this, they'll love you. I was like, all right, I'll buy that. It was like mahi or something like that. And they got like little grills right there on the ground. And they start cooking right there. And they start cooking the mahi, or not mahi, the pokey. It's called pokey. It's all coming back to me. And, but this one guy showed up and he looked like mean as hell. Like you would not want to run into this guy in the alley, right? And I'm like, whoa, that dude looks like he's crazy. And then all of a sudden he broke out his ukulele and started playing the ukulele and started singing. I'm like, whoa. The meanest looking dude in the world is playing a ukulele. I was like, this is amazing. Like, it's like beautiful here. It's like, you know, never judge a book by the cover. And I was like, wow, this is beautiful. Tail says, great food, Dominican Republic, and many great things. LJ, we have one when you can rent. Okay, let me go back to my main comics because we're ready to get out. Oh, yeah, it's time to go. But I do want to leave you with the one comment from Patrick Riley, Reaper founder.
But if you,
which there was a lot of people in the Bulls family bullish on Reaper too. And actually, I looked into it, and that's why this guy is super smart. He has like some real complicated protocols. Not complicated, but interesting passive income options on Reaper, and there was a few other tokens they launched also. I mean, but he says less than 1% of the population is yet to be aware of XRP, and it's going to be inevitable that it will be the global reserve currency. And this is what he has to say about XRP being the global reserve currency.
But if you are able to get on a computer and get on a phone and get into XRP, that's something less than 1% of the population is yet to be aware of. But if you're in XRP, you probably already know where this is going, and it is going to become inevitably and through default the global reserve currency.
He says it's going to be the global reserve currency, CryptoTails. Yeah, CryptoTails is a legend, bro. You should have went live like more different places. Why did you only put up one live stream, Tails? I would have been going live at like every location, bro. Guys, check out this post. Saving just 50 cents a day will get you 18,000 in a year. There's no way that's true. Just off the top of my head, we should all pitch in and buy an island. Man, you know what's crazy, Tyrant? I remember I had like a model on pitching in with my whole family on tax return time. I was like, and what if they would have done my plan? They all be set by now, because basically my sister had a couple kids, you know, my brother has a couple kids. I guess, you know, if you do your taxes, you file like the earned income or whatever, you can get 5 or 10,000 back or whatever. I said for the next 5 years we should all just give each family member our tax return. Like, everybody give you, this year we'll all give you our money. Like when you go to my sister, we'll give you your 10,000, you keep your 10,000, and you put that down on a house. And then that'll be your down payment for a house. It'll give you a lower mortgage. And then next year, we'll all give our tax returns to the other family member. And they can put that down on a house. The more you put down, the better interest rates you get, the lower mortgage you get. And then they were like, oh man, which I can understand. Of course, people are looking forward to their tax return. They're going to need it to buy little things here and there. But just imagine giving up your tax return for 1 year to a family member, and they can buy a house, get a low mortgage. After a couple, 3 or 4 or 5 years of doing that, everybody gets their house, and then you keep your own tax return. But they thought I was like crazy for saying that. But I thought that was kind of a good idea. Now it's the same thing that Tyrant Copeland is saying. We should all pitch in and buy an island and name it XRP Resorts, golfing and scuba diving, tennis courts, and of course infinity pools everywhere. Exotic foods. That's in Hawaii was some of the best exotic foods and the best stuff grown out the ground that you could ever imagine. I was like, whoa. And but as far as like pitching in, I think people should pitch in and help out each other more. Aaron Chanham says, wasn't it BG or Lodestar that said plans with them, plans with them, plans? Bam, tell him, Aaron Chanham. Tyrant Copeland, much love, my brother. CryptoTails, charts can't lie. Yeah, let's check out Tails page before we go too, so I can show you guys one thing about my legendary brother Tails. Here's CryptoTails. And oh, Nassau, Bahamas right here talking about the islands. We giving Tails flashbacks right now.
The Chiefs week 1. I'm hoping to see the Bucks around early October, early November.
Oh, that was the amazing thing about Hawaii too, is like you could see the cruise ships sitting out there. Like I guess I mean, I don't know, maybe the purpose was the people were docking, but you can actually see the cruise ships out there. Maybe because they dock on the islands and maybe they let people off and stuff like that. But you can actually see the cruise ships out there at the in Hawaii also. You know what else is interesting? When I lived in Jacksonville, Florida, there was just a port for trucks. They turned that port into cruise ships now. So in Jacksonville, you can actually take a cruise ship from Jacksonville now. When before you had to go to Miami to catch a cruise ship. That's another selling point on the Jacksonville thing. You can take a cruise ship from Jacksonville now. I forgot about that.
Any cigar, guys?
That's kind of amazing how they make a ship that big and they put that much stuff on it. I don't know how they do that. That's wild. You don't need Wi-Fi if you're using Ripple anymore. Virtual maniac. Manic. Tell them, charts can't lie. What's a tax return? Charts can't lie. That makes so much sense too. He said, "What's a tax return?" Yeah, I guess things have been changing lately. As far as this is like long time ago. It's like when I was young. I guess when I had like just a bunch of wild ideas, I thought it was a good idea. Cause you ever notice? I mean, I'm not gonna talk about that. Mother Nature, I do a good deed by teaching people about herbal medicine, that they will be knowledgeable in the future. Mother Nature, I do my good teaching about herbal medicines. You're on fire with that because I think there's like so much more to the world that people don't even really realize. And I'll say one thing that really destroyed the world was when pharmaceutical companies decided to create pharmaceuticals. Like for example, I was watching one reality show the other day, and the one lady was like 80, still making dinner, and her son and girlfriend moved in with him because they were doing something with their house. They had to move there for 4 months. His mom was 80 cooking. And I was thinking, wow, this is like really before the pharmaceutical boom, where a lot of them pharmaceutical companies ripped families apart as far as a lot of moms were lost, or a lot of, just brothers and sisters who, lost because of these pharmaceuticals that were created by this company. And imagine before that, like, a lot of people were living to 80 and, still getting around. And like we lost, a lot of good people were lost to that. That's why it's important to understand the importance of herbal medicine. Mother Nature, tell them. Thank you, LJ. I appreciate that. That's for sure. And I guess we're going to get out of here now. Here go Crypto Tales right here.
Oh, I'm not your typical get crypto. You know what to do with it. All these profits, I'ma act the fool with it.
Look, I tell
they get in before it's ready. They get in before it's ready. They get in before it's ready. No, I'm not your typical get crypto. You know what to do with it. All these profits, I'ma act the fool with it.
You better get in before it's too late. Guys, I can't thank you enough for all the love today, guys. You're amazing. I really appreciate all the love. Did Kurt Man say anything after he dropped that super chat? I'm getting out of here right now, like 2 minutes, I promise, guys. Kurt Man, thank you guys for thumbs up in the super chat. I appreciate that. If you guys can show some love and smash that thumbs up. Matter of fact, we go live tonight on XRP After Dark on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. EST. So make sure you guys reset your notification bell. Kurt Man, tell us something good, bro. You still here? And I forgot to cover these other articles, but we'll look more into it tonight. Was Sam Bankman-Fried proven right? I got to show you guys one line in here that's kind of wild. He was trying to raise money. SPF Inner Circle had potentially been aware of the shortfall. The exchange only had 900 million because database believed. The main topic of this article is, was Sam Bankman-Fried proven right about FTX solvency? It said the bankrupt crypto exchange has recovered billions of dollars more than it needed. How the hell could you recover billions of dollars more than you needed? Like that seems crooked as hell to me. And then there's one article in here. They say his investments went through the roof. As far as, I gotta show you guys this one line. It was actually instances he could have rescued FTX. He believed he doesn't make matter true. John Ray, which he called out John Ray for being crooked. Current FTX CEO overseeing the bankruptcy says over the past 17 months the firm was able to recover 14 billion and 16 billion in assets that weren't on the exchange at the time of the collapse. So they recovered $14 billion. So SPF was saying, yes, even though we don't have the payout to cover if everybody withdraws today, but we have illiquid assets that will cover more than we need. And that's what SPF was kind of saying. But under the legal regime of traditional finance, you can't operate like that. But crypto is something new. While it will likely take access to documents that are publicly available. Okay, right here. 𝕉𝕕𝕚𝕚, for example, one of SPF's lucky bets in AI, got a firm a return of 884 million. So he put a lot of his money in different investments that paid off big time. 𝕉𝕚𝕚, SPF's lucky bets AI, got the firm a return of 884 million. A windfall, but likely biggest non-crypto sale of FTX was made. FTX also sold 38 Bahamian properties for around 200 million and was able to recover 2.6 billion in cash. In comparison, the estate sold off for 1.9 billion, deeply discounted, sold recently, and apparently still holds 7.5 billion worth of locked up tokens. Those tokens were worth less than 500 million at the time of FTX collapse. 500 million at the time of the collapse is now worth 7.5 billion. That's insane. that's one thing I said too. Like, I just didn't think the SBF, he was probably doing some wild things, but he probably had a plan to kind of like get all the money back. Or he was like, I guess it is illegal to use money to just put out in the industry. Like, that's wrong. So I guess that's what he got in trouble for. But clearly it looked like he could have got all the money back. I mean, and I'm not saying he did right or wrong. I mean, well, I guess I say he did wrong. But it's just weird that, I don't know. I think it's kind of weird that now he's like locked up, and they got all the money. They got all the money, and he's in jail. But I guess I'm not gonna still get into that debate. Yeah, RSR is on fire. Actually, they have a new protocol, and we actually looked into it. Actually, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for love today. And I was going to pull up Tails live stream because I did post Tails live stream too. Here it is right here. I want you guys to check out Tails live in the Bahamas. I'm giving you this link and I'm out of here right now. Guys, thank you for the love today. Yeah, I think Kurt Man dropped a massive super chat and didn't even hang out. That's some super love. Andy Philpott, thank you for the gifted memberships, dude. Much, much love, sir. Scotty Tuhati, thank you for the years of support.
You know what I'm saying?
Mother Nature, thank you for being here today. I appreciate that. And appreciate the support. Tyran Copeland, much love, my brother. Have a good day. Here go Crypto Tales live from the Bahamas. Make sure you guys check out Tales live from the Bahamas.
So this their menu.
Bam.
Got the thigh snacks, breast snack, cracked chicken.
Oh, how much is that? You're making me hungry. Thigh snack, breast snack. Okay, I feel like I could eat some of that right now.
Cracked conch, fish fingers.
Show the price over on this side. Let me see how much that is.
A lot of beautiful ladies. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ready for the day.
That's amazing. Look, everybody walking around. What? Tells you could be like a performer out there, bro. You could just start rapping with your microphone and everybody gather around and you hypnotize them with your lyrics. I just want to see if they show the prices on this because I need some of that.
Take you inside this place. Getting this chicken sandwich. So this their menu.
Okay, I think each platter is around $10 to $15.
Got the thigh snacks, breast snack, cracked chicken, cracked conch, fish fingers.
Beverages, water, soda. Okay, there's the prices. Oh, that's not bad. It's under $10. $8, $10. That's not bad on the prices, I believe.
Price is not too bad.
Okay, I think Tails agree with me. Prices aren't too bad.
Dave P.
You would think it'd be like $19.99, $19.99, $19.99 all the way down.
What up, Dave P? Oh yeah, gotta keep the X hat. You know what I'm saying? We X'd out.
Bam, the prettiest boy in Hawaii just touched down. Crypto Tails. All right, guys, I love you. I'm gonna see you tonight at 8 p.m. Did you get Tails' link? Oh, Devon NRG, much love, bro. Oh yeah, guys, make sure you join our Telegram group. We got the #1 crypto Telegram group in the planet. Link in the description. Everybody's in there. Tails is in there. Devon is in there. Bull Sharon, Jimmy G, a lot of good people. I can't remember them all. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the love today. Crypto Tails. Can y'all do me a huge favor? Can y'all hit Tails' link? Make sure y'all smash the thumbs up on this video. Even if you don't watch the whole thing, just hit that link right now. Smash the thumbs up on Tails' video. Subscribe to Tails' channel. Because I think Tails said he's working on some new music as we speak. So if you guys can subscribe to Tails, Mother Nature, much love. Have an amazing day. Alright guys, thank you so much for the love today. I hope everybody has an amazing Saturday. Bam! Thank you, Tails. Perfect timing. Guys, here's our Telegram link to the #1 crypto Telegram on the planet. And will XRP be the global reserve currency? 75% says yes. And only 25% said no. That's kind of interesting. Thank you, Big Time Tails. Gmail Brown, much love, my brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, I'm going to really end the stream. I can't stop talking. I guess now I just can't stop talking. Fishing with Camo Joe. Bullish Andy P, much love, dude. Thank you for your very generous super chat and your very generous gifted memberships. Actually, people were thanking you in the comments too. They were thanking you in the comments also, Andy. So much love, dude. Crypto Tails live from the Bahamas. Oh my God, Tails is stunting on them. Oh my God, he's dropping balls on them haters. Oh, I didn't know the poll completes. Oh, 75 votes? I didn't know it did that. Will XRP be the global reserve currency? 75 votes on that. So that's pretty interesting. That's a lot of votes. That's a lot of votes.
I told him, Bank of Crypto Tails where you find the whales. All about the wealth they're coming since they put it up.
Told PNC no thanks.
Get them, Tails. Have no fear.
Where you find the whales. All about the wealth they're coming since they put it up.
He said, "Think of Crypto Tails where you find the whales." Oh my God, I ain't never heard nobody put words together like Tails.
Where you find the whales. All about the wealth they're coming since they put it up. Where you find the whales. All about the wealth they're coming since they put it up. The Crypto Tails where you find the whales. All about the wealth they're coming since they put the whales. All about the wealth they're coming. I told him, Bank of Crypto Tails where you find the whales. All about the wealth they're coming since they put it up.
Told PNC no thanks.
Oh, Tails going hard on him. Get him,
Have
Tails.
no
fear. XRP After Dark surprise. That was a surprise live stream. I found some information that.
Where you find the whales, all about the wealth they're coming since they put it up for sale. The power of purchase with dollars is worthless, but it's for certain. Got your crypto, then you know you a merchant.
Tell them way ahead on the evolution of money.
I'm way ahead on the evolution of money.
And if you ain't got crypto,
and if you don't got a bag, we looking at you funny.
Oh man, tell them what we do in Crypto Tails.
I be buying the FUD and I'm selling us.
Oh man, tell them. If you ain't got a SHX bag, then we hit them with a Shareholder shrug. Tails.
Don't got a GZX bag, then I hit them with